Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's extra special. What was that? Oh shit! Hold on, I left the cat's food out. One moment. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to a very, very special hobby live stream. Because, everybody, I have been out all morning because I went to my friendly local game store, my old one. I went to Games of Berkeley for the first time in quite a while, and I picked up something majestic. Shatterpoint, which has a nice big glare on it because of the plastic still being on there. So let's go ahead and just take this off. Just get this sweet, delicious plastic off of my box so that we can start opening this thing. Because guys, I have been waiting. I have been waiting for this to come out. You guys know this. You absolutely know that I've been waiting for a very long time. Well, not really. I mean, it's been basically since they announced it. I've been waiting since they announced this game because I wanted it. Look at the beautiful art. Look at this gorgeous, absolutely stunning artwork. I don't know if they have who has done the art. I'll see if I can find that out. But this looks so good. I am finding my headphones because I know we've got some delicious Star Wars lo-fi going, and I want to listen to it while we unbox this. Also, hello to Flying Dutchman, to the Nightman Nemeth, to John, to Richard, to Ian, and Brent. Hello, everybody who is here joining us today for the unboxing of Star Wars Shatterpoint. This release today, I literally got home, not shitting you, like 10 minutes ago, and rushed to get ready for this because I was out picking this up, and then we got in traffic on the way home. But we are here. So let's look at the back of the box, because I actually have not really looked at this. We are getting 16 miniatures, 23 terrain pieces, which is actually very cool, 2 movement tools, 5 range tools, 14 order cards, a bunch of other cards as well, some tokens, and of course the core rulebook. Now, for a lot of you, you may have already read the core rulebook because Atomic Mass actually released that not too long ago on PDF, and it was available for people to read. So you may have already checked in with that, but we're going to be looking through a little bit of that today. We're going to be looking at all the miniatures, of course, because I mean, that's what I'm here for, right? I am here for the miniatures. But let's go ahead and open this big chonky box because this is a thick box. Now, part of that is because of all the terrain I think you're getting in it. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna hope that they did this intentionally, and when I lift this, everything's gonna be properly oriented. It's not gonna happen, but you guys can tell me. Ooh, this is actually a really thick piece of cardboard, unlike what Games Workshop does, which is like a flimsy piece of just paper and actually can end up damaging the stuff through it. This is actually thick cardboard. I like that. We have our backdrop. Now, one of the things that this game was, there's already an errata to the rulebook. That doesn't surprise me, Brent. I'm pretty sure that when 10th edition 40K comes out, the exact same thing is also going to happen. That's just how it goes, and that's partially why they try to release them early so people can look at them, right? Thank you, Sean. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is an actual official backdrop for the miniatures. I will probably end up using this a little bit because I actually think it's quite pretty. I like the colors in it, and I feel like it is generalized sci-fi enough that I could totally use this for Warhammer 40K as a backdrop, as well as all of my Star Wars stuff, because there's nothing distinctly Star Wars about this, in my opinion. So, I'm actually super pleased to have that. Here are all of our tokens, which honestly are a little bit... This is not specifically a complaint, but they are a little bit thinner feeling than I want to say I remember not Fantasy Flight. I remember Atomic Mass's tokens being, but I could also be wrong, because it's been a little while since I played any Legion, or Marvel Crisis Protocol for that matter. How is this open? How do you open They are double-sided, which is pretty darn cool. I love that they give us a shadow box. Yes, they absolutely do give us a shadow box. So let's get these tokens open. I just want to kind of take a peek at the quality of the prints and everything. They do seem to pop out very nicely. Sometimes when you're getting, like, when you buy board games or other, just other tabletop games, the punctures when you open these end up getting a lot of really, like, fine little threads on these points. And you can kind of see that these tokens have it. Let me see if I can actually get that to focus. It's trying to read words, isn't it? So you see that tiny little line there? That's normally the thing that I'm talking about, but these ones are actually coming off very cleanly, which I love. Just a very nice thing. One thing I do want to check though, because that's a square one, that's easy for it to come out. I want to check one of these, like, weird boys. There we go. Oh, Darth Maul is screaming in the background. Okay, that also came out very clean. Almost no threads. I am satisfied with the quality of these tokens. I am probably gonna see if I can actually stick them. I can. Perfect. I got them back in. And now I can set this thing fully aside so that it's out of the way for when we get to the plastic goodness, because I know that's what we're all here for. Now, this is our core rulebook. Not super thick. Again, this has been available online, although apparently, as Brent was mentioning, there is actually an errata already. But again, that's kind of just how I imagine it happens. It is troubled time for the galaxy. The forces of dark and light battle against each other in constant conflict. In this strife arises moments of great importance, known as Shatterpoints, hence the name of the game, where the actions of a few can change the fate of an entire galaxy, which is kind of the core concept of the Star Wars universe, because we really focus on the Skywalkers. We focus on a lot of other people nowadays too, but for the longest time it was the freaking Skywalkers, man. These key battles do not take place between great armies, but between small teams and the galaxy's greatest heroes and villains. It is here, amid the clash of lightsabers and blasts from the blasts of laser fire, that you will take command. Are you guys ready to take command? I am. Gather your squads, prepare for battle, and remember, the greatest generals are those who can adapt and seize the moment when not only victory, but the choice that will determine a character's fate presents itself on the battlefield. No pressure there, game. No pressure there, game. Then they just, of course, go over all the components, and then they start breaking us into the rules. I'm not gonna, like, go over each of these individually, obviously, but we will flip through all the pages really quick, just in case you guys who are watching this later on YouTube, and for some reason haven't downloaded the PDF version of this, you want to read it. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm doing. I'm also looking at all the really cool art, because, I mean, look at Ahsoka and Bo-Katan hanging out, being badass ladies together. That poor clone trooper is getting stabbed. Why must the clones always suffer? Why? I feel so bad. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for the poor clones. I also love that you get Ahsoka in 2 different ages, which is gonna be cool. Like a more adult Ahsoka and then like Padawan Ahsoka. Pretty rad. This is going over creating the battlefield, the mechanics of the game. So those are pretty important. Some more very cool art. I like how Ahsoka is basically dictating this entire thing to you, which is pretty rad. More Bo-Katan, more stuff about movement, and just basically getting into the more advanced rules. I think we're pretty satisfied with looking at this. I don't know. Well, you know what? We'll just continue flipping. I said if people could pause if they wanted to, so I'm just gonna keep flipping, giving it a second so they can. I like how we keep seeing, like, I feel like the same scenario here in these pictures, but I'm sure it's quite different. I'm just not looking at it fully. Hello, Mr. J. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Talking about some more of how things work. Boop, boop, boop. Jack, nope, nope. That box is not for you. That box is not for you. That is not a box for Jack. I apologize, boys, but no. No. The cat was trying to get into the lid of my Shatterpoint box, and I don't want him to decide that he wants to dig into the corner and then destroy it. Alright, and then we got our appendix. And the quick reference, which will probably be left up on my table when I'm playing. So that is our rule book. And it's all very lovely. But what we're actually after is this. Look at it. Look at it in all of its gray plastic glory. It looks like they've started us off with some terrain on top. So we're going to just take everything out. Whoa, this is thick. This is thick and in a Ziploc bag. I like it. Oh, there's all of our bases. They are really large bases. Holy shit, look at that. Look at how big they are. A lot of barricades, I believe. So that is the terrain, and we'll open that up here shortly. But what I am actually most interested in better be underneath this. Yes! There they are. I actually might keep this. I tossed that down, but this is actually a nice just space backdrop as well. I'm going to be keeping that. Oh, as also, I bumped my monitor. As also for taking photos and stuff. That would be cool. But here are the figures. Obviously, we can't see them super well yet because they're still in plastic. Oh, and there's even more terrain. My goodness, so much terrain. Much terrain. What is under here? Aha! And here are all of the cards. Some really nice looking art. We'll open these up too. Some nice tracking tokens. I can't remember what the name of these things are specifically. It is in the rulebook, but I don't remember off the top of my head. A very fancy. This is actually what these are used for. Those go with that. But a very nice tracker for, I think, victory points maybe? I'm not really sure. I think this might be the victory point tracker, however. And then dice. As always, some lovely custom dice. And that is the entirety of what is in this box. So I'm now going to move it the heck out of the way. I'm going to close the box up, actually, so that my cat decides that he doesn't want to get in it. Alright. Okay. Box is sealed, everybody. Struggle tracker. Thank you. That is what it is called, the struggle tracker. You're absolutely right. All right. I'm going to start. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Let me know down in chat. Do you guys want to start by looking at the cool people involved in this? All of the cool figures? Or should we start with the terrain and go through that kind of quickly and then end with our figures? Let me know down in chat how you guys are feeling about it. No, the bobbins. I understand what you mean. And normally, yes. But this box cannot belong to my cat. It cannot belong to him because I don't want him digging in the corner of it and absolutely destroying it. All right, so we've got one vote already for terrain, and that is kind of where I'm leaning as well. I think ending with the characters sounds really fun. But continue to let me know in chat while we hang out a little bit. How are you guys doing? It's Friday. We're going into the weekend. Do you guys have any plans? Did anybody else pick up Shatterpoint to go ahead and give that a try? To start painting it up, perhaps? Or are you holding off and saving all of your money for Warhammer 40k 10th edition? They do look like cool figures. Terrain and end with the people? Terrain first, please? Okay, everybody is saying terrain first. So terrain first it is. I'm going to set our dudes over there. And let's go ahead and start with this smaller box. Or smaller bag, rather. I actually kind of like that Atomic Mass does this. They always ship their figures in plastic bags like this, and I end up using them for like my Lego and other things that I need to store and be sealed in bags. So I'm excited to have some of these larger bags, but that's not what we're here about. We're here to talk about all of these beautiful plastic. All right, so these look like some of our trackers. Oh my god, this is our range. Look, I like it. It is a range finder for your blasters. And it's got a blaster on it. That's hilarious and very cute, and I love it. Also, really nice range. Very good. It's also a very thick piece of plastic. Firm. Like a ruler. I'm glad you were able to find that kit then, Marcos. That sounds like a cool kit to work on. We also have another, I believe, movement tracker of some variety. Not tracker, but like ruler. I have not fully read the rules yet. I was looking at them a couple weeks ago, but I haven't gone back to it since because I knew the game was coming out, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just going to read it when I can physically have the book in hand. So I don't know the nuances of all of these. Okay, this one must be for lightsabers, though. This one, I bet, is for grenades because of what we've got on it, which is super, super cool. They're also labeled. So this was number 5. This is 2. This is 3. I wonder if that means it's 3 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches, maybe? Oh, Force Lightning! Dude. These are gonna be fun to paint. Like, I like, so with Blood Bowl, the rulers and all of the tokens there are also provided by the game and made in really cool chunky plastic pieces that you can end up decorating and have unique symbols to them that fit each team. Like my Necromantic Horror ones, for example, are all Halloween-y horror themed, just like the boys in the team are. So I actually really like seeing these kinds of thematic rulers that you can end up doing up, because I'm imagining putting, like, priming this, right? Painting the whole thing in one color and then basically outlining this and then aethermatic bluing all of this electricity. And then maybe doing some white highlights in it to really make it look like it's lightning. Like, that could be really fun and a great way to sort of practice some freehand a little bit within a controlled, confined space that is defined. I really, really like that idea. So these are all really cool. We've got the lightsaber, the blaster, the Force Lightning, and the grenades. It looks like we also have some smaller ones. Does this connect? Oh. Oh. What? I think these might clip in. Oh, they do. Okay, hold on. Look, we've got a angle. And it creates a little scene. Dude, that is really amazing. I am gonna need a bigger shelf. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna need a way more shelf space. That's okay. We actually went and, no. Oh no. Okay. Alright, everything's fine. One of the clips actually snapped there a little bit. Oops. But that was... I don't think it was me. I think it was just the plastic. So it's a little soft. It's a little delicate. But I definitely broke that off. Where did it go? Like, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It still works. But I did accidentally snap that clip off, and I don't even know how. Okay, we're going to be delicate on this one. Okay, they're all in. Okay, that one went fine. I don't know what the hell happened. I think it was just slightly defective. It is a very hard plastic, but it does still feel a little flexible. So it might just be that it's that one piece was kind of soft. But these look like cool, like, when you're moving at an angle, maybe for vehicles. I know in Legion, the vehicles have these kind of angled rulers for when they're turning and such. So maybe that's what this is. Yeah, definitely movement tools. There we go. Okay. In addition, it looks like we have some of these structures, although this looks like an antenna, so maybe this is a standalone structure. I want to pull out the rule book real quick, because I didn't see, there are no assembly instructions that I saw. I wonder if it is how Legion does it, where they have a QR code you need to follow that takes you to how to build everything. Because that is the one thing that I will say, they've not made it obvious, because this is just the rules. Movement. Index. Is it in one of the bags, I wonder? Because this looks like platforms, like with these kinds of stands and stuff. So it looks like we got some platforms, a bunch of walls, because there is a ton of terrain that comes in this. I think quite a few pieces. These look like a bunch of maybe objective markers that they'll get turned into, which is kind of neat. And then this is just a duplicate of this. Yes. Okay, so we got 2 sections of these. Pretty good looking. I do actually really like Atomic Mass's terrain. I've built none of the Star Wars ones, weirdly enough, actually. I've only built some of the Marvel Crisis Protocol terrain, but it assembled really well. I really liked it. Does this have... Okay, this also does not have instructions. But we'll keep looking at everything regardless. Online instructions? There's a link? Okay. Alright, that makes total sense. I kind of assumed it was going to be that case because that is exactly what Legion does. How do you guys feel about that, personally? Because I like having the instructions in my, like, on my desk. In the same way that Lego gives you the option to, if you don't want to use the booklet, you can use just the app and build it based off the instructions via the app, which does work well. I have used it a few times. It was interesting. But there is something for me personally about actually having... Oh, I like the feel of that. I really like the feel of that. About having the actual rule... Or not rule book, but the actual instructions of how to build something in front of me. Now, if they are doing the thing where they actually are giving you a 360 view so that you can see the model, like spin it around, because that's what Lego does. Lego lets you spin it so you can completely see from all angles what it is so that you make sure you're getting the piece on correctly. And I think that's some technology that the miniature makers need to adapt, because if they haven't, it's such a good idea. It makes it so easy. Yes, James, I have heard that that there have already been an errata for Shatterpoint. That does not surprise me. Brand new game, fresh out the door. Limited probably playtesting availability because of stuff like it being developed during the pandemic and everything. I'm really not surprised that we're seeing erratas already. But as long as they are making those very accessible and everything, like, I will try to be a little forgiving. I guess I will try to be a little forgiving. I understand. There's definitely... I've known other people to do the exact same, Marcos, of keeping the old kits. There's just something like, you spent money on all of the components, right? It's probably like that policy. Look how freaking humongo these bases are. These are probably for our generals because they're larger. So I'm assuming... Who is it? We've got... Is it Ahsoka and Maul? Is that our first... Like, our big boys? Yeah, I think it's Ahsoka and Maul. Although, you know, I say that. These actually, now that I say it, might be for the droids. Because there's 3 of them on one. And so they might have given them the slightly larger base because there's multiple of them on here. We'll find out. We also have a variety of smaller bases, which I think are also quite lovely. Some great textures. I love the paneling for either being in like a hangar or possibly going into more natural dirt. It looks like they're giving us 2 that end up having a slight raised edge on one side, and then 2 that seem to be just going full panels and everything just based off of what we've seen so far. Here, I'm actually gonna move those, and we'll just keep these like down here for you guys to take a look at. So then we've got these 2 and the last pair, which I really feel like, again, oh, you know what, they are actually identical now that I'm seeing that, because I'll notice that one, that one, that one, and that one are all the same. These ones are all the same. So you basically get 4 of each type of base in the various sizes. I think that's a pretty decent variety. It still makes it feel like they're all in different areas, and you can kind of theme it how you want to, which is pretty cool. I do like the pre-done bases. Like, as cool as it is to be able to paint up and build your own base, I do feel like having the design ones just makes it even faster. Even faster. Alright, what are these? Okay, these are the foundations for the legs of all of the buildings that are upright. We've got some ladders here, which is pretty cool. I like this big panel here. Oh, and a cool door, which is totally the same size as Lego. So I don't know if you guys have all watched my hobby episode that came out today at 9 a.m. And if you haven't, when this stream is over, I demand All of you march right over there and plop your butts down and watch it, please, because I worked really hard on it. The Chaos Cultist worked really hard on it, and it would mean a lot to us if you shared it around and you gave it a like and you commented on it, because I think it's pretty cool to be able to talk about using Lego as wargaming terrain. And in fact, we talked about how we might even be able to use it for Shatterpoint, because Shatterpoint's even on a larger scale than Legion, and Legion are slightly smaller than minifigs. So I think this might work really well, and this reinforces that to me, because I'm pretty sure this is roughly the size of some of the doors on the Mos Eisley Cantina, which I talk about in that episode. So super pleased with this. I cannot wait to be using Lego on my wargaming tables. It's just gonna be so much fun. Are these just like cool boxes? They are. Look, little like ammo crates or like boxes or something. Like, that's cool. Get to assemble them. They are open back, but they do seem to slide into each other with some nice pegs, which is good, which honestly means you may or may not actually need to use glue on them, which is interesting. There we go. So that looks really cool. We've got some additional pieces like barricades and just add-ons to the buildings to add more greebling to the side. What the frack is that? Oh my god, look. Hold on. Look at that majestic face! Oh my god! It's so cute! Is he like, is that his little body right there? I think this is his body and this is his head, and I don't know what he is. I know he's like one of those, probably cat creatures that you see on... No, he can't be one of those cats from the planet that Ezra's from, is he? Is he one of those? But I really love this. Like, look at that little, like... It's a loth cat. Okay, cool, it is a loth cat. He's so sinister looking. Look at that tiny face. Hold on, refocus. Camera. There we go. He's very happy and ready to eat you. Because that's what that mouth says to me. That is the happiest, most sinister little loth cat I have ever seen. And I love it. He's adorable. Okay, I hope there's more surprises like that. I really hope there's more little surprises like that. Oh, so that makes me go, can we get an Ezra model? Like, are we... Oh, let me zoom back out. Hold on. Sorry. All right, so we've got now some even more terrain, some barrels, some more pillars, kind of like what we actually looked at previously, and then the start of some more of our panels for the walls. Quite large ones, in fact. Ooh, this is cool. I think this is maybe like a window gap or something, and maybe you could put some clear plastic over top that and make it so... I wonder if you can... if the intention is to go through it, though. Perhaps. I don't know, but I like it. I like that there is some interesting choices you can be making with these, and also, I feel like you can end up graffitiing these as well. I don't know if graffiti's really a thing in the Star Wars universe as much, now that I say that, but it's something that crossed my mind. Okay. We have looked at a variety of the terrain. Now, I do think our last bag also has a little bit of terrain in it, but it also includes what everybody's here for. And what everybody is here for is the miniatures, is all of our figures. But first, we're going to set them off to the side, because we have a little bit of more terrain. I'm seeing Ventress already. She looks stunning. All right, we're gonna set the fun things off to the side. One moment, because I want to look at these big chunky pieces. Ooh, these are gonna be so fun to paint. I like this little crack detail. I wish they actually did a little bit more of that. It kind of stands out weirdly because it's the only things with it. All of this other terrain has been super smooth and very clean, but I do like that. And then we also have a couple other big pieces here. I mean, I know, so I think Shatterpoint is like $160 USD, which is it's an expensive game. I'm not denying that, okay? I want to be very clear, I don't think that it's inexpensive. However, these are some really big, thicker pieces of hard plastic, and while maybe not the most exciting portion of the game, because it's, you know, it's the terrain, I do actually feel like it's not Am I crazy? Like, is it just not... Does it not feel like quite that overpriced? Or is it just me? Am I just really separated from that and don't know? Because I feel like it's not... I'm not saying it's not expensive. I just don't think it's, like, hyperly overpriced. But that's maybe because I was literally in Games of Berkeley earlier today, and I was looking at a bunch of other games that do not, in my opinion, look like they have the amount of replayability that a war game does, that were, like, 200 plus. And that just blows my mind. Like, it just completely blows my mind. Thank you, Sean. I'm very glad that you enjoyed the enthusiasm. Brent, they've teased the entire Phoenix Squad. Yes! Yes! I want a Cadence so bad! I want him! He's one of my favorites. I want him. But first, it is time. It is time for us to look at the miniatures! These are looking so cool. I'm gonna move this one out of the way for right now because I know the camera will, like, freak out. And I really want you guys to be able to see this. Look at how just detailed these are. Like, we've got Ventress over here. Oh, look at the torso. Hold on, I'm gonna spin it. Look at the cool torso piece with the, like, long... I'm gonna zoom in. We're just gonna zoom in all the way. And we're just gonna look at these. So Ventress, looking badass. We've got a Mando here. That might actually be Bo, now that I see it, because it is a female torso. So yeah, I think this might be Bo-Katan. Awesome. Let's see, over here. I recognize those legs! Those legs are Darth Maul's. Look at the very thin, oh god. Oh god, that is terrifying. I thought his saber was thin in Legion when I painted that, but I am actually looking at both the sabers for Ventress, which are here, right here where my fingertips are, and then Maul's right here, and oh my god, look how frail those are. It's time for another delicate painting job. There is a lot of plastic. I completely agree with you. It is a total plastic. Christopher, don't worry. I'm sorry. I read your name as Christopher. I don't know why. I'm tired. I spent a lot of time today driving, socializing, and then coming back to be able to hang out with you guys. So forgive me if I mess things up. Chipster. I read this time. Chipster, I completely understand that. But don't worry, if your local game store is anything like mine, they probably still have copies. Because when I went to Games of Berkeley, I was the only one that had been there to pick it up yet, and I was really sad about that. It made me so sad. Okay, looks like we got some droids starting over here. Now that we've done drooling over Darth Maul and his beautiful robot legs. Also some more droids down here. A nice Mandalorian butt. Look at that. Firm butt. Love it. You know, we should look at Bo-Katan's. Oh, she doesn't have... Her butt's separated into pieces because I separated her legs. Never mind. I hate when they do that. I hate when they separate their legs and then, like, make me have to glue their butt cheeks together. Like, does that bother anybody else? Because it bothers me. Because then I feel like I end up making their butts sometimes look weird if I accidentally get too much glue. And then, you know when the plastic slightly smushes out of a seam? And you get, like, a line in their butt cracks, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't shave it down. I might flatten their butt too much. And you don't want to lose the nice sculpted butt of some of your Star Wars figures or your Space Marines. My Space Marines need to have tight asses, okay? It bothers me, can you tell? Ian, I recommend priming the lightsaber in white and just throwing some contrast color over top of it, because that gets you a pretty good foundation for it to look slightly glowy, especially if you were going for there are certain colors that I think of the lightsabers that you can choose from that are going to work better for this. Blues, greens, yellows, and oranges are definitively going to be stronger, brighter, more glowier looking than, say, reds, purples. And those are the two colors I can think of that would be less glowy, actually. I think literally all the other ones might be more glowy. Except for red and purple, because those ones are... Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. The purple one, if you use Luxian purple, I think you could actually get a really nice glow without having to do too much more effort. But, yeah. Blue, definitely. Blue and green, definitely.
This is the way.
Is this Savage? No, this is Anakin. Sorry, I got really excited. I was like, whoa, do I get Savage in this too? But no. No, I don't think I do. I don't think Savage comes in this set. He's coming in a different set, though. He's coming in one of the expansion packs, and wait, because he's coming with the Night Sister. I forgot! Ah! Also, the Obi-Wan box. When that comes out, I have to get that. I have to get Obi-Wan Kenobi-Con. I need him. Sanding sticks. That's a good call. Am I building something today? You know what? I should build something today. Let's look at the other sprue real quick before we do that. Should I build something today? What time is it? What time is it? We've been going for... Yeah, I'll build one thing. I think we're gonna build one thing. Here are your choices. Maul, Anakin, Ventress. Please start putting in the comments which of those three you want to see me build after we done look at the sprue. Ventress, Anakin, Maul. Go. And while we do that, we're going to drool over more of these. I love how many Mandalorians we're getting and everything right now. Oh my gosh, Bo is a great choice too. Okay, fine, scratch that. Hold on. Stop. Everybody cease before talking. Maul, Bo, Anakin, Ventress. Go. 4. You've got 4 options. I made it harder. There's too many good characters. These look great though. I'll have to look up the instructions. I don't know. I'll need to look up the instructions and see if they have something with that. So go ahead and everybody start voting in chat. All right, so we've got Bo-Katan. I do have a couple of people saying Maul. Also a couple of people saying Ventress. All right. Let's see. 1, 2. Graham, that's so awesome. Am I on the giant screen? Do I look humongous? Am I a giantess now? That is really cool. Okay, so we're getting more votes. Oh no. I don't know how to do I don't know if I can do a poll. Can I do a poll? Nope. I don't know how to do a poll. I don't know if I can do a poll. All right. I'm gonna count real quick. Hold on while I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't do ors. You have to pick one, Andy. You gotta pick one. So either Maul or Ventress. You gotta pick one. So I've got 7, it looks like, for Maul right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're getting like 9 for Maul. 10 for Maul. Bo-Katan has, I think, 4 that I've seen, and Ventress also has roughly 4. Okay. I think Darth Maul it is. Let me find my phone so that actually... Can I don't want to... Hold on. Okay, I think I still have you guys in a good place. Now, I am just gonna go grab my phone, actually. Should I do... No, I'll do it this way. I need to move my keyboard. I need to actually move my drink so I don't spill it onto my brand new computer. That would be terrible. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna slightly move off screen for a moment so I can deal with my keyboard and actually look up the instructions so that we can build Maul. Because I feel... I feel like that is a good call. I think everybody agrees. I'm going to zoom us in so you guys can continue to look at how glorious. Actually, I'm going to flip it this way so we can see the back sides. That's way less boring, or that's way more boring. We'll keep it that way. Alright, let me slide things out of the way. One moment. Alright, I need atomic Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint's the word I want. Shatterpoint build instructions. Shatterpoint core rules, base size, join the conversation, full press release, FAQ, and errata. Assembly guides. Give it to me. Click on your product. I did. Thank you. We're not building Anakin first. Screw Anakin. Screw Ahsoka. Screw Bo. We need Darth Maul. We need our... There you are, you beautiful... Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I have been referring to him wrong this entire time, everybody. It is not Darth Maul. It is Lord Maul. Okay. Let me get tools. I bumped my head. Are you guys okay? There we go. I moved the camera. Sorry. I need to clean my desk is what I'm learning. Okay. Let's do this. Let's hope that I don't break his lightsaber, okay? Everybody pray to the Emperor for me. I don't care which one. You can pick and choose whichever one you want to. But please pray for me that I do not break his lightsaber. Because some of these things look kind of delicate. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we need G2 and G1 to start us off. G1 and G2. That is G10. There's G1. Perfect. Oh no, did I give you guys some whiplash when I bumped the camera? I'm so sorry. Alright, G1 and G2. G3 and G4. Oh, his little belt. Majestic. Okay. Trying to go into the correct angles for this to make sure that I'm having to file as little as possible, you know? Alright. Then, oh, I hate when they make their faces in two pieces. Very well. It's because he's got a spiky head. There's one part of his head. It's the other part. God, I hope I clipped that correctly. Do you ever clip something? Like you're working on your projects and you clip something, you're like, I hope that I got all of the plastic that I was supposed to and didn't just split something in half wildly, because that's me. That's my fear every time. Alright, we're gonna start with the torso and then we'll clip out just gonna clip everything out. Just gonna clip everything out and then we're gonna set the lightsaber arm aside so that we don't accidentally crush it. Because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of clipping it out and then destroying it, you know? Hello, Simon from the UK. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great time. We are assembling Darth Maul today from the new Shatterpoint game. Out today from Atomic Mass Games. Hashtag not sponsored. I went and bought this with my own monies. But I am hoping a lot of people end up getting into this, so I'm hoping a lot of people pick it up and start playing it. Because it seems like it's going to be fun. Okay, that's off to the side. And I think this is his other arm. I do appreciate that Atomic Mass has grouped these things together, which is not entirely unexpected and why I wasn't super concerned that we didn't have build instructions, even though I do still find that kind of annoying, and that I have to go online for them. However, they do actually make it pretty straightforward. They do actually make it pretty darn straightforward. Okay, these are all of the pieces. Let's start doing some cleanup a little bit. I want these, but I also want some sanding tools, which are over here. So, okay, hold on. Do you guys see how, like, messy that side of my desk is? Okay? You see how in the small camera, how messy that is? I really need to clean it. It is driving me, like, I keep doing stuff over here. Whether it be, hold on, what has happened with my cords? There we go. All right. Whether it's building Lego, working on painting stuff, or whatever, I keep piling things over here and then not cleaning it up. And then it just, I need that space to set things that I'm not working on currently. And I keep not doing that. It is a problem. Hello, Shrek. Welcome to the stream, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, that is very true, Brent. You are absolutely right when you say that each of the 4 units within the sets that they're doing for all of their expansion sets for Shatterpoint are meant to represent, like, different moments or specific, like, groups that you would have seen in, like, Clone Wars or hopefully down the line Rebels. Okay. Do you think that because they do in fact have plans to potentially give us Ghost Squadron, that we will also possibly see Old Man Rex, Old Man Wolf, and I don't remember who the other one was. Apologies to that clone. But do you think we will see a squad of them? Because I would love that. I would love to be able to paint old men clones. I don't know why, but I feel like I need that in my life. I feel like I absolutely need that in my life. Let's actually start cleaning these things up, okay? This is good. Good you guys can see everything. Let me know if this looks good to you, if you want me to zoom in at all. I am literally just going to be doing some light cleanup on these models before I glue him together. Because this is my favorite boy and he needs to be perfect. Perfect, I tell you. I mean, Darth Maul, you're already... I'm sorry, Lord Maul. In my... Look at your beautiful chest. So good, so good, so good. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I mean, I do. He's just tragic. He's just tragic and he had no control. He had no control over the destiny he was thrown into, and he just made it what he could with everything thrown at him, and I freaking love Darth Maul for that. Good lord, such a good character. I still have not watched past the point in Clone Wars, as I've been doing my my rewatch of it. We've actually sort of slowed down on that, but I definitely, oh my god, that just slotted together so well. These are not push to fit, but they do really make them sit together quite well. I've not gotten past where I was at Clone Wars. Let me go back to that topic. Why does your ankle look broken? It's not, but it's like bent weird. It's just because he's doing a very dramatic pose, that's all. So for Legion, I know they definitely have done stuff with the folks from Rebels, because I have Sabine, I have Kanan Jarrus, not Kanan, sorry, I don't know why I called him Kanan. I have Officer Callus? What was his first name? I don't remember. Agent Callus? Agent Callus. That is why I was trying to go with Kanan for some reason. I was getting their names confused. But Agent Callus, so I have him. I saw Ahsoka actually out for Legion. Had not actually realized she was out. I remember seeing them like saying they were going to make her. I also saw Ventress for Legion recently, which I had not seen, but I decided not to get them. I actually literally almost picked them up today while I was getting Shatterpoint, but I was like, no, I'm literally getting both of these characters in the core set for Shatterpoint that I'm buying today. There's no reason for me to buy the Legion versions at this time. They'll be around for probably a little while longer. I'll be able to get them later. Instead, on top of buying Shatterpoint today, we actually also picked up ISS Vanguard, which I'm very excited to play. We have the miniatures for it. You guys might remember that from one of my past live streams, but did not have the game. So now we have the game and we can actually use it. All right, that is looking good. Let me get the bottom of his foot a little bit where there's a bit black. Use a little bit of my sandpaper to get rid of that weird edge. Looks good. Cool. So the legs are done. His torso is done. Let's get... This is the part that I'm actually the most nervous about. Lord Novus, I don't think taking... I'm not taking mold lines off. All I am actually doing is I am going through, and if I find an area... I'm trying to see if I can get it to focus. Hold on. I think this one had... Okay. So all I am doing is you see that tiny little, like, fleck of slightly lighter colored plastic that is on the very tip there in between my fingers. So all I am doing is I'm removing that stuff. I have found in my personal experience, with very rare exception, that the mold lines, especially on atomic mass models, really is not noticeable. And I use contrast paint, so which does make mold lines a bit more noticeable sometimes. I've really not felt like it is a 100% necessity. Like, you got a really fancy character and you'd notice some mold lines on them, especially those older models, say from like Warhammer or I don't know, probably other things as well. But like, majority of the time, I just don't think it is necessary unless it's just a very fancy, like it's your main dude in your army or something, like your general or whatever. Maybe you want to spend a little bit extra time cleaning up the mold lines then, but normally I just think they're going to disappear under the paint and all the glue and all of that. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me to spend like that. I know some people spend an excruciatingly large amount of time taking care of mold lines, and it's never quite made sense to me. I personally, I'm never looking at my miniatures that close after I've done painting them ever again to notice it. Like, unless it's just glaring. Like, sometimes some models, some companies can make some really atrocious ones. In which case, then maybe cleaning them up would be good. Especially if you are working with contrast, because it does accent them a little bit because of the nature of the paint. But under normal circumstances, nah. Alright, that is feeling pretty good. I got rid of the major ticks there. I think we're good. Okay. So those are done. We need to take care of his two arms, which I'm not nervous about this one, but I am nervous about the other one. Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a delicate operation. I can't tell if that is intentionally part of the... I need to look at this closely, so apologies, I'm going to take it off camera for a second. Is that a cord? I think it is. I'm just going to try to clean it up a little bit.
I can't stay here any longer.
Okay, hold on. I can check this. it's on the other side that they don't show me. This is why I want 3D turnarounds if they're gonna make me use digital ways to, like, look at the goddamn instructions. These are really nice. Atomic Mass does a great job, in my opinion, James, in regards to the crispness of their molds. I need to... There's not going to be enough pictures of this online yet. This is why... Okay, this is my dilemma. I'm going to see if I can get it to focus here for you guys, so you can actually see. Okay, you see, like, right there. I can't tell if that... It's so not wanting to stay in focus for you. Okay, I think that's working. So you see how there's, like, a little line right on this portion of the model, just past his hand. I can't tell if that is just part of my... where I clipped him, because that is where I clipped him. I can't tell if that is intentionally bulky like that, or if it is... needs to come out. That's what I'm contemplating and stressing out over. I think it needs to come out, because if you look at the one... So, like, there's a buckle there and a buckle there, and they don't connect. So I think it needs to come out. Okay, I'm gonna do surgery. It's just so tiny. I think I need an X-Acto. God, this makes me so nervous. I hate using X-Actos. Okay. Please go away. Without fucking up my details. Okay, I've almost got it. I know I'm probably, like, blocking your view. I'm so sorry. I need a brush. Hello, Hari. Welcome to the stream. Build it before I remove the mold lines? But what if you can't get to, like, some of the angles then? Wouldn't that, like... Wouldn't that hinder? There's, like, one tiny little extra fleck that I'm just trying to get rid of. Oh my god, I think I got it. Okay, go on, and then... You are the Senate, Palpatine, it's fine. Okay. I think I did the correct thing. I think I removed it. The problem is it's so tiny, guys. It's like, I get what you're saying, but, like... Let me just... Okay, I think I got it. I think it's gone. Hold on. Please. Do it. See, it's cleaner now. I think I'm good. I'm feeling satisfied. My panic is subdued. Alright, let's take on this sucker. Okay. I will say, I was really worried at first when it came to this lightsaber, okay? Because you see this little bit that needs to be clipped off still? I thought it was actually on the beam itself. It's not. It's on the handle portion. Thank you, Atomic Mass, for doing that. You didn't do that on some of your Star Wars Legion miniatures, and it made me very nervous that I was going to gouge out Luke's lightsaber, okay? Not cool. I also am going to cover this blade. Holy moly. Angela, safety first. Okay. Delicate. Okay. We're gonna be very gentle with this. Okay, I am not going to actually fuck with it that much more. It is so tiny, you're not even going to be able to see anything, and I don't think it's going to read, like... I lied. I'm being a perfectionist on this because he is my favorite character, okay? Remember how I was talking about how if you, you only do this on the characters you love the most? Well, I freaking love Darth Maul, and he deserves to have the most majestic, clean lightsaber any Jedi or Sith has ever had. I kid you, Dooku deserves that. Because he also would. He has a very sleek looking lightsaber. That is better. That is actually all I'm gonna do. I want to get rid of that one little section. Do I have any other blemishes? No. We're good. We are excellent. Okay, the last thing to clean up is his head. Which I'm not going to touch. Because he frankly doesn't need it. Ugh. I will show you guys once I've glued his face together. I just like looked in detail at his face. I think it's glorious. I think it's so glorious. Hello! Rain1134. I paused a moment to make sure I was reading your name correctly. Oh my god! Yes, Simon, you're right. Don't never sneeze while trimming a lightsaber. Holy moly, that would look terrible. Hello, Shy! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is great having you all here, by the way. Thank you for hanging out with me while I build up Darth Maul. Let's keep going. I need glue. I just bumped you again, didn't I? Mother trucker. Oh, I'm also zoomed way the heck in. Here we go. There we go. Look at all my tools. Okay, let's duck a little bit so that we don't bump things. Let's not knock over Demon Bull King, who's sitting half built still on my desk just where we left him from last time. All right. It is time to glue. Let's test the connection. That went well. Okay, so where do we actually want to glue? I see. All of these flat lines. I don't want to over glue, which is why I'm going kind of delicate on this. Because this is a very strong plastic glue and it will destroy details if you go crazy with it and let it like flow everywhere. So I'm going to try to avoid that. You killed her. Alright, we're just getting a little bit on the other side too, because this blue also works much better if it's bonded on both sides. before they fully set. Let's press everything together. And we have the start of Darth Maul forming. Zoom back in a little bit, shall we? Oh, look at him. Is that focused? I think it's focused. Alright, he's looking glorious. Alright, we need next G3 and G4, which I don't remember which is which. Aha, this is G3. So that goes back here. That goes like that, and we'll press it together. Okay. Oh, well, Rain134, I just saw that you were a longtime fan. Thank you, sir. Thank you for hanging out with me and being a longtime fan. Hope you are enjoying this live stream. We listen to some chill vibes, as well as building some minis. Okay.
I've never been so lonesome
Oh,
in my life.
Darth Vader, no!
Now
No!
I'm completely lost
Anakin!
without you, Padme. I never
He's so sad.
realized I could even miss anyone
Okay,
that's
we need to put a little bit of glue here.
so much.
So we're gonna be real delicate, okay? There's still a little too much on there.
It won't be too much longer till I'm able to be with you
Okay.
again.
Okay. We've pressed it together and we've sealed it. I'm gonna hold it here for a moment to let it really firmly go because I don't want to mess this up. God damn, he looks so cool. He looks so cool. I'm so pleased. These minis look amazing. They're really nice to work with too. I genuinely, like, I am genuinely enjoying. I mean, it's exactly, if you've built Star Wars Legion, congratulations. You know what building Star Wars Shatterpoint is gonna be like. It's very, very similar. What Darth Maul is looking like? Looks like a tutu? I mean, I guess kind of. I sort of see what you're saying, but it's really just because the flaps are flowing. It's more like he's wearing, robes. Like a gi. That kind of thing, you know? I want to do a little press on the other side too. This has a little bit more of a gap than I want. Getting a little bit of extra glue in there and press. Good, good, good. This is what I do when I'm by myself and I'm like building miniatures. I'll just be sitting there listening to music while I'm doing stuff and then I'll just start jamming to no one. Okay. Torso is complete. Now we need to glue his face together. Genuinely, they make this so nice. Super easy. Is it the chosen one? Yes. Yes, it is. It is Anakin. Anakin.
Will avenge
this, and let's not get a bunch of glue on our fingers, please. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna see if I can get you guys to, like, get a close-up of this. His face is not gonna wanna... Focused! Okay, I'm trying to, like, hold him. Oh, it did it for a second. Hold on. Look at that. Isn't he glorious? Look at his little angry face. He's so spiky. Oh god, I just dropped him. Are you okay, Maul? You're fine. You're fine, buddy. You're fine. Okay, let's see. Let's dry fit this first. He is looking way hard to the right. Very well. I don't want to press too hard down on his head so I don't damage the spikes. He looks so cool. I mean, he's missing his legs and his arms, but he's looking badass. I don't think it's going to be a pain to paint. I painted one Darth Maul already, and while, yes, the face details were a little bit slow going because I was trying to be delicate, I felt like it actually went okay. They give you pretty defined lines on his face to give you an indication of where the black ink should go to be part of his tattoo work, which is pretty cool, actually. I like that a lot about the Atomic Mass games miniatures. All right, I think after this, all we actually need to do is put on all of his arms and his legs. So I'm going to start with the legs, I think. Let's do a quick dry fitu. Because, yeah. Oh. He's so tall. Is that correct? G10. No. Yes. Okay, yeah, no, this is correct. Get some glue up in there. And some more glue up in the other side because we're gonna do both of them together. Why? We shouldn't actually. We should not do them both together. Let's just get the first one. We only put a small amount of glue in there, so it should be okay. Get a little bit of glue on the peg that goes inside. This just helps, again, secure it a bit more. And it goes here. I'm just pressing it up into there a little bit, holding it so that, honestly, it's really secure. Sean, I understand that. I do understand that sometimes painting this small can be difficult. I am not trying to deny that in any way. I think for me personally, I will be nervous to do it, but I will still be able to do it. But I get it, because, like, I mean, I have sometimes very shaky hands. Like, they're not doing too bad right now, but, like, if I'm going at something delicate, my hands immediately go and just start, like, vibrating like crazy because I get nervous. And I'm hoping that with this guy, like, having already done a Darth Maul before, I'm hoping my confidence will be up and not as big of a deal with that, because I don't want to be discouraged from painting him. Alright. But it should be fine, honestly. Like, I'm not actually that worried about it. I know for me, and I don't know how, like, easy this is for you, but for me, when I'm painting, especially more delicate things, I tend to brace my hands against each other. I know sometimes people will do something similar where they'll brace their, like their elbows against their body, and that way they can hold something here and have a bit more control because your arms aren't out and like flailing as much. I know sometimes that is like, it helps me. But what I normally do is like, I'll be holding it, here actually. So I've got like the Star Wars Legion miniature. I'll be holding it and I will have my hand butted up against my other hand, which is gripping the, whatever I am using for a handle. In this case, the Red Grass Gamer handle. And I'll do this. And then that way when I'm holding my brush, my palm and my pinky for my other hand that's holding the brush is butted up against that. And then I'm just going to use this really big brush for an example. Obviously, I wouldn't want to use a brush this big, but then I have a bit more control because my, like, even if I'm still shaking a little bit, I have more stability. And I find that at least with smaller things, that really helps me. I don't know if it might help you guys out there. Yes, Ian, this is a larger Darth Maul than the one in Star Wars Legion. In fact, in order to go stretch my legs a little bit real quick, I am going to go grab the Darth Maul from Legion that I've painted up. And we will do a comparison afterwards when I have this guy fully built up. I'm going to let the glue dry for a second. I'm going to go run and grab that model, and I'll be right back, folks. So I brought my Darth Maul that I've already painted. We'll look at him in detail in a second. We need to get the remaining arms on Shatterpoint Darth Maul. So let's do that real quick. And then he'll be complete. We can look at we can actually do the comparison. Oh, holy shit, hold on. I did not clean that up.
You would be wise to surrender.
You would be wise to surrender. But who says I was wise? Alright. I should have dry fitted this before I put it in. There we go. Do a little bit of sealing there. There we go. Cool. That is looking good. God, he's so strong looking. I like it. I like Darth Maul. He's my fave. I know, I've said that already 1,000 times. Alright. Get a little bit of glue in his armpit. Also to help seal his torso together a little bit more. I am so glad that you were learning some stuff and loving this stream, Sean. That is excelente. Alright. The final piece is going in. Prepare your butts. Boom. Appropriate. If only, What is it? The is it the Duel of Fates? Is that what it's called? What is the song that plays during Qui-Gon and Darth Maul's battle where he dies? Where not Darth Maul dies, but where Qui-Gon dies. It's like, or is that when or they actually use that during Obi-Wan and Darth Maul's fight? I now don't remember when that song is used. Oh dude, it is. Look how thin it is. Look how, like, desperately thin it is. Alright, also... So, here is... If it focuses. There we go! Look at him. So good. It really doesn't want to focus on his face because his damn arm is, like, right out. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can... I'm gonna force it. I demand. Focus on his face. Ignore his lightsaber camera. There we go. You can kind of see it. Look at it! Look at it! I will destroy you. And the chosen one. Dun, 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 dun. He's so amazing. Okay. So we have our beautiful, wonderful, very tall boy Darth Maul from Star Wars Legion, and he'll be even taller because he'll end up on a damn base. But you guys were asking about comparing him to Legion Darth Maul, and as you can see, he bigger. It's bigger. He's a big chunk boy. Look at, just compare the length. I mean, I know their legs are not perfectly straight or anything, but like, bro's legs are way thicker and longer than my Legion boy's legs. And he also stands pretty much at the exact same height, maybe even already slightly taller than this Maul. And he's not even on a base yet. So yes, they have upscaled these, and they are larger, which is fantastic. The tattoos are actually, I think, recessed. I think they recessed the tattoos and made his flesh a little bit more raised, probably to make it a little bit easier to paint. Because I'm pretty sure the line work that you're seeing that is, like, engraved into the face is where his tattoos are supposed to go. At least that's how I'm reading it. God, this is so cool. I do love how much they're really obsessed with, Shadow Collective. I mean, I know this is literally the Darth Maul from the Shadow Collective set, but they are really obsessed with him being the crime lord Darth Maul version, where he's got his cool normal legs as opposed to his fancier but shorter-lived spider leg look. And to be clear, let me be very clear, I'm not talking about like actual spider limb Darth Maul where he is totally bonkers and has not met up with Savage yet. But I'm talking about, like, when he first went back to the Night Mother with Savage round 1 and got those robot legs, which were, like, spidery. Like, they had, like, little, like, 3 toes or something on them. It was very cute. Alright. Hello, Nathan! Welcome to the stream. Spider Maul is the best Maul. He is absolutely bonkers at that point, and it's great. Like, I love prophetic Darth Maul. Like, I love it. I think it's so... I mean, really, all versions of Darth Maul are just top. But, especially when he is just the top half of himself. But I really do. I think he's a great character overall. That, I think, is going to probably do it for us. Well... Hold on one moment. I am going to take a very brief break. And we'll see if we keep going until 5 or if I'm going to end it a little sooner. I am a little tired. I will admit that. I am a little tired. And while I do actually want to keep building miniatures, I also have been going since I got up this morning, basically, with like maybe an hour of rest in between. And so I am kind of ready for a break. So I am going to take a very brief one. And I don't know if I'll have time to build a full another mini. All right, let me think about it. I'll be right back, you guys. I lost my headphones for a second. Okay, here's what I've decided. Now that I am back. I'm gonna build one more miniature. You have two choices. Ventress. Ahsoka. Go. I am keeping Bo off because I know she has a few more pieces because she is blasting, like, off the floor. That is why we're not including Bo in this one. She looks like she has a few more pieces. But Ahsoka and Ventress both are, like, pretty, like, small groupings. So those are your two choices. Yeah, Bo-Katan has, like, multiple fire things as well as, like, a full... Yeah, so we're not gonna do her. I mean, Ahsoka's really not that many fewer pieces either, but I've made my decision. Ahsoka or Ventress. Nathan, that is probably because this is lo-fi versions of a lot of Star Wars themes, and I think lo-fi in general does sound like a certain vibe of video game music. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I totally see where you're getting at. Okay, it is Duel of the Fates. By the way, thank you. I just now saw that you guys all, like, threw that out there, and I forgot entirely. Not uncommon for me. I've got one vote for Ventress. So we might be sticking with our dark side folks. But will we go gray with Ahsoka? Who knows? I have seen The Mandalorian. I have watched all of the episodes of The Mandalorian. I really like it. I think all 3 seasons have, honestly, a lot going for them. I think it's really, you're going in and you're getting different things out of each season, I think. 1 and 2 link a bit more so, and 2 gets a little bit weird because I don't know what the hell happened with them pulling, like, 2 episodes of The Mandalorian and seemingly putting it in Boba Fett, beyond the executives being like, oh my god, people hate this show, what is happening? I don't get it, and they needed to do something to, like, bring people back, and so they were just like, okay, season 3 of The Mandalorian has, like, started, and we have a couple of episodes, right? Alright, what do we got? Cool, we got this part where Luke and Baby Yoda Grogu are doing stuff together, and, like, he goes off with him. Cool, let's use that. Let's just throw it into Boba Fett. We can just, like, chop it off and we'll move it and we'll switch some things around. And I feel like that's partially why the first couple episodes of season 3 of The Mandalorian were weird and didn't really feel like they, like, mixed, and almost, like, what was the point of some of them? Like, there was literally some scenes in those where I was like, what is the point of this? When you were literally doing this in the episode following, and so that had absolutely no consequence or point of us learning. What? And so, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but that's my view on it. Thank you, Rain, for the $1.99. You were wonderful, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have never played Star Wars Armada, Michael. I have tried X-Wing once or twice, and I think, like, I feel like the Chaos Cultist and I maybe looked at Armada. Maybe I have played, like, one game, but it was so freaking long ago that I couldn't tell you anything about it at this point, and I have no opinion on it in regards to, like, gameplay style. I'm not as big into ship games, but that's also because I've not tried that many of them, realistically. Okay, it looks like we are getting people wanting... I've got 1 vote for Ventress and 1 vote for Ahsoka. Chaos Cultist. Since no one else in chat is putting in their votes like I've asked them to. Which would you like to see? Ventress or Ahsoka?
Ahsoka.
Cool. Ahsoka it is. Ahsoka it is. She is... I don't think on this one.
Where's the death stick?
I put it out on the couch for you,
Thank
actually.
you.
Also,
What?
look at him.
Those are tiny.
It's a very thin lightsaber.
Yeah, I heard you commenting on that.
But isn't he cool?
Yes.
Like, he's awesome. Also,
Once you have him on a base, I'll prime him.
excellent. Look how big he is compared to...
Honestly, they're about the same size.
They are, but like, he's...
He's on the other one's on a tactical rock, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is
Yeah.
like, I put him here, and he's almost he's as tall as Maul on the base.
With the rock.
With the rock.
Yeah.
Alright, Ahsoka it is. Which is, again, not on that sprue. Where's your... There you are, my dear. There you are. Come hither. Alright, let's find her build instructions. D. She is... Yep, I see that. She is D1, D2. Those are our starting ones. This must be Yoda's, like, theme or something, and that's why we just heard him, like, awkwardly chuckle. Oh, that's probably when he's, like, fucking with Luke, isn't it? Ooh, I hope I can clean that up.
Or do not. There is no try.
Her tendrils make me so nervous. I'm also really worried I broke this. I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit to my cleanup stage, but I feel like I may have cut this slightly wrong, and I am trying not to freak out. So if I'm suddenly quiet, that's why. It's a little rough, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just so annoyed. Where does this connect? So I'm gonna go here. I think we're fine. Okay, I think I'm fine. I think it just looked like it was actually worse than it was. Oh my goodness. I was about to be really pissed at myself. Because I thought I clipped off too much of, like, one of Ahsoka's tendrils there for a second. You guys may not have been able to see it, I just realized. I'm so sorry. I zoomed in, like, well, like, hella. Sorry. Holy shit, my heart is beating, like, a mile a minute right now. We're fine. We're fine. We're gonna keep flipping things out, and we'll come back to the cleanup stage in a moment. Jesus. Okay. I think I saved it. I do think I clipped it slightly wrong. Ugh. Alright. Have I already clipped out her chest? I have. I've clipped out her chest there. Okay. D5, I've also already clipped out, so that's the other half of her, other third of her tendril. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for the $5. You were very generous. I really appreciate you putting towards the Woodland Savings Funds. What am I clipping out? I got so distracted by my, like, freak out. I need D 7, 6, 8, 9, 11, 10. Okay, and 5. Is that literally just all of the ones here? It does look that way, yes. Okay. I am now so paranoid about clipping anything. Holy moly. Oh. They put it on the saber. Fuckers. Probably clean upable. Again, on the saber! Why couldn't you do it on the hilt? At least these God Hand clippers are actually, like, really smooth. Which is actually why I think I went through the plastic a little bit less than I wanted, or more than I wanted to on that other step, but it's okay. Everything's fine. There's her other leg. Here's her amazing outfit.
Show me the one whose safety deems such destruction.
It's Grogu! He's adorable! He's gonna sell so many action figures and so many plush toys and, like, t-shirts and everything. He's just gonna be everywhere. Which makes me sound like I dislike Grogu. I don't, to be fair. He's just everywhere. Careful on her armor. It was being a little funky like her tendril was. Okay, there we go. Is that all of Ahsoka's bits? I think it is. I don't see any other D's. And they have tended to keep them pretty collected. So, I think that is all of her pieces. Use the Force? Yes, I need to. Hello, TLF! Welcome to the stream. Okay, we're gonna do some delicate cleanup on her tendrils now. Dude, if I did have the Force, I would use it to build so many miniatures. Like, I would be so much more precise. Could you imagine? Holy shit, it'd be majestic. I would also be very lazy. I would lift everything. Getting a little bit of a tiny mold line that I'm seeing. Again, I want these to kind of be as clean as possible. It is Ahsoka after all. She is the best girl. And deserves good treatment just like Maul. Who, by the way, is the best boy. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the painting, I think I would want to still do that by hand. I really like that aspect of it. Although I would use the Force to paint all of the eyes and delicate, those kinds of pieces, for just like so that I had less shaky hand. But in regards to like the majority of the painting, I think I'd want to still do it. That's why I specifically said I wanted to use the Force to build the minis, because I don't really need to be feeling the miniatures in my hands at this point. Like, although there is something like weirdly cathartic sometimes about just like cleaning up a mini. Okay, I think that's looking good. Let's get her chest because we're gonna work on that first anyways. Actually looking pretty clean. There's a little bit right there. But not too bad. Okay. Got that. Alright, that looks good. The other half of the skirt. That also is looking pretty good. I don't even know if this would be visible in the end, but it's kind of a little bit of a big chunk of sprue left on there, so let me get rid of that. Also, that was the nastiest mold line I'd seen. But again, it's on the side that I don't actually think when she's assembled and you've got her on a table, you'd actually see her, you know? I mean, you're not wrong, I suppose. I think it depends on what I'm painting. I would do that for, like, what is the word I'm looking for? What is, like, the term I'm looking for? Like the troops, that's the word. It's the word troops. I don't know why I was struggling with that. I might do it for my troops. Especially in stuff like 40k or, like, Legion, where you've got excessive numbers of them and you maybe don't want to spend detailed time painting all of them. But characters I would still want to paint by hand. Characters I would definitely want to still paint by hand. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream. It is kind of similar to a GW one, but it is an atomic mass sprue for the recently released, out today, Star Wars Shatterpoint. Alright, her face is looking good. I do think I salvaged that. It's got like a little bit maybe of a gouge more than I want because of not paying attention, but I think we're okay. You know, the one that I actually ended up gouging a little bit without realizing it was this tendril. I think I'll be able to smooth it though. Alright, be careful when you're clipping out Ahsoka. She has some softer plastic, or at least it feels that way, around her head tendrils. Probably because it goes so delicate, and I got a little bit of a nick there. I hope that's not super noticeable. It probably won't be. I'm probably being, like, overly, like, about it, but gosh, I really like her. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna... I haven't finished cleaning up. Where are we at time-wise? 15 minutes. Alright. Speed run this cleanup. Now see, this one had some mold lines that you may want to clean up a little bit more. Maul really didn't have any. I think it's because he just had so much going on. He's got, like, you know, so much more texture. Because his outfit is in motion and, like, nothing about it is really super flat or clean. Because he's a villain, so it's a lot of loose fabrics. Or if he does have armor, it's dinged up and messed up and has a lot of texture to it. Okay, that's looking fine. Just smooth that down a little bit. Okay, that leg is good. Let's check this other one.
This resistance.
Yeah, basically the core units, like your troops and stuff. Like, so for example, if I was referring to like my Death Guard, like I would paint my Poxwalkers that way. Using the Force. I would totally do that. Oh my god, what if you could like use the Force to basically mask out very precisely, and then you just dip everything? Okay, I am turning around to maybe using it for everything, because then, oh my gosh, I hadn't thought of the precision in that regard. Fascinating. Because imagine the production speed if you were just doing it that way. Because you could, like, instantly dry them with the Force, too, right? Because you can just, like, super dry your clothes. Have they done that? And I feel like that's a thing. Like, that's usually a typical magic-y thing. This is like a very, very fine sandpaper, so it's barely taking this off, but I want it to be really delicate because I don't want to... I'm really just trying to smooth it down a little bit. I don't really care if it maintains that slightly whiter color tone. Okay, I think that's good. Right near the tip, too. Did Ahsoka ever become the apprentice to Darth Maul? I know Ezra did. But I was thinking about this just now because I was like, how am I gonna, like, what do I want to, like, close up the stream with in regards to, like, talking about Ahsoka and Darth Maul? Because they have a lot of association with each other. Like, they have... I know they've worked together. No, they've fought against each other. Ahsoka helped Bo get rid of him. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Is Ezra the only one who has been the apprentice of Darth Maul? In regards to, like, goodies going to his side? Or has Ahsoka worked with him at any point? Because I can't freaking remember right now. Oh yeah, no, you would definitely be able to move furniture super easily with the Force. That's a given. Okay, I think we've cleaned up all of her bits now. So let's go ahead and start the assembly. Do our dry fits, because that actually was incredibly useful with Darth Maul. Oh, you actually can kind of just press that one together. Okay, you can actually press fit some of these. Maybe Darth Maul would have gone better together that way too, but I definitely glued him intentionally so. Although I do really kind of want to get glue in there. Mostly because there's like kind of a garish gap on her sides from where these meet. Let's see if I can fix that. Yes. Not as much as I would like. Okay, maybe they're intentional. Alright, well, I'm just gonna leave them. She's pressed together. I do have a little bit of glue in there, so That's fine. What is this white bit? Alright. Okay, now is the part that's gonna make me either relieved or very sad. Because I'm gonna glue her head together. Oh yeah, that's when Maul like became the big scary crime lord and took over Mandalore, and basically overthrew and murdered Satine. I remember that. Okay. Got a little bit of glue on there. We're gonna put a little bit of glue in here. And we're gonna delicately... No. Fuck. I did the wrong side. Hold on. Let's do this. I forgot there was a front and back to her head. And both of them have tentacles. Okay. Hold on, hold on. Woo! Nope, I popped it out. Hold on. Shit. Alright, I need more glue. What I'm learning is I need more glue. I haven't put enough. Okay. That should be better. Let's get in here and actually glue this sucker in. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry for a smidge. Okay. Alright, what else can we work on while that is... They don't actually want that in yet. They want... Okay. Hopefully I didn't fuck that up. I don't think I did. I'm gonna tell myself I didn't. I'm gonna do this correctly. Follow the damn instructions. Alright, so they want front piece. No! No, they don't. Okay, that is on. We're now going to put her head on her shoulders. Knees and toes, knees and toes. And then we need to put that other piece on. Ahsoka, please, your tiny head. Everybody is looking extremely to the right. Do I not have enough glue? Just gonna hold her head in place for a moment because it is... It is a little bit fiddly, Alex. It is definitely a little bit fiddly. I would just use the Force to lift myself up. I would not thrive if I had the Force. I think I would just fly my way to things to avoid traffic altogether. Okay. Now we're gonna put this on. Add a little bit more glue. Put a little bit on her shoulder here. Because it looks like part of it's gonna sit there. And then just
I have to sort this out on my own.
get that in
Without
there.
the council. And without you.
Okay. I'm just gonna set that aside. It's in place.
This isn't about you.
I think we're good. That looks pretty good, right?
I can't stay here any longer.
Please focus.
Not now.
I think it looks okay. I think it'll be fine once there is like paint on her. That was stressful. That was building that portion was stressful. Okay. Now we can add her arms. So it looks like this, I believe, is this arm. God, you have such tiny arms for a giant head. Okay, yes, that is how that one goes on. Let's get a little bit of glue. Holding things in place until she dries a little bit. Okay. Got one arm on. Let's see. Nathan asked, do you all like Star Wars episode 4 through 6 more or 1 through 3 more? And that's tough, honestly, for me a little bit. I'm partial to 1 through 3 more, I think, simply because it is the time period of Star Wars that I have been the most invested in. And I was also, like, the exact precise age when those movies came out for those movies. Especially considering, like, the episode 2, or 1 and 2 especially, Lucas really made very kid-friendly, right? But honestly, I think both have their merits. I think Lucas did some amazing things with storytelling in the first ones, but I also think he did some really great world building in episodes 1 through 3. So I don't know. There's a lot. I think there's value to both. I can definitely agree that 7 through 9 are, of all of the trilogies, probably the weakest, because they're not cohesive. Which is a problem. Kind of what happens when you decide to have 3 different directors working on 3 different films that are supposed to be, you know, sequential. I don't know. It's very silly. That everything that happened with episodes 7, 8, and 9 is just very strange to me. Ahsoka, you have such a deep hole for your arm, my goodness. Alright, well, let's just stick that in there. Okay, that looks better. I was like, I think her elbow's torqued up a bit more than it should be. But I think that's looking good. Oh, that's because they were just, like, going crazy because it was new, though. Keep that in mind. Like, I think one of the things that sometimes happens when, and it doesn't really matter what franchise of films you're talking about, but when you're talking about films, you do have to consider, like, the era they came out in, as well as, like, what would have been big, something new that, like, studios would be trying when it comes to cinematography and movies and production and everything. So, like, it's one of the reasons why there's always going to be something really cool to the practical effects and practical miniatures used in the filming of the original trilogy. And that's why I think some people have real problems with some of the CG stuff that Lucas ended up adding in when they remastered them. Like, if you go back and watch, like, the original VHS, like, I think I have somewhere in, like, my parents' basement or something, like, you don't have all of that CG stuff in the original trilogy that they ended up adding in for, like, any, basically, like, subsequent releases of the films going forward. And it doesn't look great because it was so new that it now, like, in what we have now, looks so much better that it just looks like garbage next to it, right? And I think that sometimes the episodes 3 or 1, 2, and 3 suffer from that problem because they tried to throw so much CG in because it was new and they were excited to use it and it was, like, innovative and honestly helped progress things forward so we could have the cooler CG that we have now. And they just wanted to throw a bunch of that in. So you gotta, I don't know. I like to try to remember that when I'm talking about any kind of film, because I'm like, okay, well, what is the context of when this film was made, why it might have been made, and, like, what the objective was. Yeah, all the Legends stuff. Yeah, I know all of the old EU stuff was great back before, like, Lucas realized he had something really, really, really hot on his hands and he could continue to pump product out for it. It is a shame that you don't see much of that anymore, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of do, but Disney has such a stranglehold on it a little bit. You know, force chokes it all. So where you don't get to see as much of it, but it's cool. I mean, we have Thrawn. Like, that's why we have Thrawn, is because of the EU and they brought it in. So at least they're not completely removing it. And honestly, is it Filoni and what is the other dude's name who works on The Mandalorian? Like, the two of them are bringing in as much of that, I think, as they can get away with. Because they understand the importance. They understand the influence that it had on so many fans. I mean, they themselves were probably influenced by it. They probably read a bunch of that shit, you know? I mean, I assume that's why we have Thrawn. I assume one of the two of them, if not both of them, were like, you know that Thrawn character? Have you read Heir to the Empire? Oh my god, yes I have. It's fantastic. We should use him. We should use him. I bet we can convince Disney to let us use the Blue Man. That's how I imagine, without knowing enough of either of their voices to actually do proper impressions, what that conversation went like. Alright, her skirt is complete. Let's shove her legs into it. Let's do a dry fit real quick so we know which ones go where. Let's see, is this leg? It is. Okay, it sits like that. Understood. Alright, and the leg is in. Let's hold it in place. Alright. I'm just gonna hold it here for a second because it's being a little fiddly. Yes. Exactly.
Where is Padme?
Favreau, yes. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, but see, all the terrible acting was simply because of Lucas's direction. Like, I never blamed Christensen. Or even, like, what's the woman, I always forget her name because I always, like, mix her up with, another actress that for some reason reminds me of her. What is happening with this leg? Hold on, I gotta correct something, hold on. I don't know what is happening. But that was just, like, feeling really awkward. Okay, sorry. Who plays Padme? She's like an Academy Award-winning actress, and she sucked in that movie. Ahsoka, your leg is so fiddly. Good lord. I think it's just kind of an awkward design. There's like a gap here that makes me think that it's not aligned properly, but I think it is aligned properly. You know what? I think I trimmed her armor slightly too close. That's probably, I think, why that's happening. I'll be able to fix that with paint. Be careful when you're clipping out Ahsoka. Natalie Portman, thank you. Yeah, like, Natalie Portman is an Academy Award-winning actress, and I feel like in that set of movies, she was stilted and stiff, and all of them were. They also made poor decisions when it came to Jar Jar Binks, I get that. But again, it was meant for, like, super little kids. And they made some poor decisions in some things. It happens, but overall, I think the plot of what was happening, the fact that we were getting the history of Darth Vader, was really cool.
I've never been so lonesome in my life as I am right now. I'm completely lost without you, Padme. I never realized.
Alright, and we've put her other leg in.
One person so much. I just hope it won't be too much longer
Alright, there we go.
till I'm able to be with you again.
Rogue One was great. Of all of the... I don't remember what they're considered. Are they sequels? Because we got the prequels, we got the OG, and then we got, I guess, the sequels. So of the three sequels, I absolutely agree that Rogue One is the best. Also, Andor, if you've not watched it, is phenomenal. You'll hate it if you don't like politics in your Star Wars, but if you like politics in your Star Wars like me, you'll love it, because it's great. Some amazing speeches. Genuinely some stunning speeches in that TV show. Streaming show, I guess. Disney Plus show. Alright, we have her top half and her bottom half. It is now time to combine them. Some glue all over. Cool. And look at that, only like 15 or so minutes past when I would normally stop, so not too bad. Okay, let's do this. She looks so cool. Dude, have you guys ever watched the clip of hold on, I don't know his name. What is your name, sir? Okay, have you guys seen the clips of Sam Witwer, the voice actor for Darth Maul, doing the like voice of Darth Maul with the Kenobi scream? So good, it's visceral. I love it. Oh, you know what, Sean? That's awesome to hear. I don't hear a lot of people saying that they like Rey much from the last movies, so that's honestly very cool to hear. I know she was popular with honestly a lot of like younger girls and everything, because that's kind of who she was meant to appeal to immensely. But like for me, she just felt very. She had the same problem Luke has for me sometimes. Of Luke is kind of a Gary Sue. Rey is a Mary Sue like no other. And while I have zero actual problems with characters existing for the audience in order to sort of self-insert, the story around her sucked. And so, like, why would you want to? I don't know. It just sucks. I just don't like what they did to her. I feel like there was so much potential. Although I don't really like what they did to any of the three in those movies, if I'm honest. So that's that. Slightly adjusting the arm a little bit. I think it shifted when I set it down because it wasn't fully settled. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of glue just to secure it in place. That looks good. No awkward gaps or anything. Okay, yeah, I think Ahsoka's looking pretty good. We are going to wrap up here. I agree. They were totally wasted because there was no story arcs. And they set themselves up for something interesting, too, in the first one. And then... I just hate that they made her a Skywalker. I was really ready to be done with the Skywalkers. Not that I have anything actually against them. I was just ready to move on. You know, I was really hoping that... It's so weird because we are... I mean, here's the thing. They are slowly retconning it. The stuff that's going to end up happening in Ahsoka is going to end up tying into a movie that is going to tie into Rey. So, like, my expectation is that Rey is going to be the last Jedi because everybody else who is around, who is a Force user, no longer considers themselves to be Jedi, the religion and, like, practice thereof that, you know, you saw when it came to, like, the temple and all of that nonsense. And so Rey will be the one person left of that, and she will regrow the Jedi Order from that. I hope it gets influenced and changed going forward. I hope Rey does not just copy maybe what Luke discussed with her, potentially, which he then learned from Yoda, who is an extremely problematic Jedi leader, if you ask me. And therefore, I hope what she actually ends up doing, and I hope this is where they're going, because why else would they do this, is she ends up learning from Ahsoka, and Ezra, and other Jedi or other former Jedi people who are no longer consider themselves to be part of that order. And she, like, takes some elements from that, and also takes elements from the Jedi Order, making it just a better situation, so that we don't have, like, the bullshit that happened with them not even being able to sense a goddamn Sith Lord right under their noses. See, the 8 was pretty good. Like, 8 was interesting, for sure. Because but it also was, like, the one that... It was the one movie that was trying to go, hey, Rey, your last name don't matter, girl. Don't worry about it. You're a mother trucking Jedi. Why don't you just focus on that element? Why does it matter who you are? Be who you will be. Who is Rey? Like, stop obsessing over this. Who cares? And then they just completely borked that. They just completely, like, were like, nope, actually, you're gonna be related to Palpatine, and you're gonna hate that, so you're gonna just take on the name Skywalker at the end, even though you are definitely not a Skywalker. And I wish we could move on from this. Pfft, we can't. Hello, Geek Prime. Welcome to the stream. All right, everybody. Here is Ahsoka in all... Oh, hold on. She's not focused. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Look at our girl. Literally, she is on, like, in the audio right now, which is great. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I really like how she turned out. Darth Maul also looks amazing. Imagine if they had teamed up. So good. I'm really loving these models. So these have been... Let me grab the box. Pull this up. Let's close my glue so that we're not just letting those fumes continue to soak into the room. Let me grab the box for Shatterpoint. We'll put that back on screen and we'll close out today's stream. There he is. There she is. They're both looking right. I hope not all of the models are looking right. That will be very silly if that is the case. But I really am liking these models. I'm very excited to continue to go over the rules of this and hopefully get playing this sometime soon with the Chaos Cultist. Maybe even doing something like on a stream with it in regards and sharing that with you guys. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. We have so many games releasing starting right now. Because I think Diablo just released, like the new Diablo just released. Obviously, Shatterpoint just came out. Later this month, we're going to be getting 10th edition Warhammer 40k. The Rogue Trader beta starts, I think, tomorrow. Which actually I will be playing. Fingers crossed. On tomorrow's live stream. So if you guys want to check out the new CRPG done up by the people who are doing Kingsmaker for Pathfinder, but set in 40k and set in Rogue Trader, then check that out. We'll be coming back with that tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna leave now, but I want everybody who is currently in chat, who has not already gone to watch today's episode that I released, talking about how you can use Lego as wargaming terrain. You should go watch that. So please do so. And if you have already watched it, put it on in the background and let it run one more time. And if you haven't liked it or commented on it or shared it, do one of those things. I don't care which one it is. Just give it that little bit of extra engagement, please. I worked really hard on the episode, and I think, and Chaos Cultist did too. I think we did a really good job with it. So please, go watch it, check it out, let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you'd use Lego as wargaming terrain. You'll probably see me using it on the channel for sure in the future because I think it works perfectly. And I actually think these guys are going to be perfect to scale to it. Oh, actually, let's do a quick comparison. Here's Ahsoka standing. They're going to be the same size. I'm pretty sure that on a base, like once she and Darth Maul are on bases, they will be roughly the same height as a minifig, even with tall hair. Which means that the Lego sets continue to just work. Go watch the episode. It's a good episode. We talk about some cool things. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. To everybody who is super active in chat, you guys are amazing. Michael and Sean and Kenny and Chipster and John and Alex and and Shrek and I think that's everybody who has been like super, super active. If I missed your names, I'm so sorry. I think we've got everybody though. I know that like Shy was here for a bit as well. So everybody who hung out with me today, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed getting to take a look at what comes in the box for Shatterpoint, the core set, getting to see some of the miniatures built. I definitely think they have some intense detail on them. They look really cool. They actually go together very well. I know that I personally had some little fumble moments, especially when we were working on Ahsoka, but that was just honestly me being tired and having been going since I got up this morning. So I don't blame Atomic Mass for that. That's user error, not the models and everything. And they look amazing regardless. Like, you can't even tell that I may have clipped slightly more than I should have on one of her little hair tentacles. But regardless, I am rambling at this point because I don't know how to stop. Goodbye, everybody! I'll see you next time.